What's up, everybody? This is Dale from Upstate Bets and DFS. I'm here with my partner Riaz, bringing you guys this awesome Thursday night game here on NFL. So we haven't done a Thursday night video for NFL in so long, and I'm so happy to get to this game because this game also has meaning. It's a shootout. It's projected to be a shootout. Hopefully, it stays as a shootout. It's projected at 52 right now. Chiefs are favored by 3. We're so happy to cover this game and have an awesome Thursday night game to do here for NFL. NFL has been really good to us. It's been some of our most popular videos. So thank you guys for joining us here. We do prize picks videos for NBA every day too. We have an NBA video coming out right after this. So if you want to check that out, get into some NBA. Hopefully things are going to shape up over there for this small slate on NBA. But here we're focused on NFL. You can sign up using promo code Upstate if this is your first time ever watching prize picks or you want to sign up. We're currently in the 12 days of Picksmas, so the story is here that either Mahomes or Herbert or both quarterbacks are going to get a nice passing yards discount or some sort of discount for both these quarterbacks. So they've been doing like this promotional where yesterday was Porzingis. Tuesday was the day they gave Curry a discount for his 3-pointers. So Prize Picks has been awesome with these promotionals they're doing up until Christmas. So this is an awesome time to get in. So, like I said, you can sign up using the code. It's really cool. You can mix and match sports. If you want to watch your NBA video after, you can take someone like Mahomes here. If you like someone in NBA, you can mix and match the two. So awesome ways to play. We're going to get right into this slate, man. And Riaz, these two awesome superstar quarterbacks, who you like in between the two?
It's really tough to kind of pick out of these two quarterbacks. You could definitely see both of them going over 300 yards in this shootout, but with this discount coming out pretty soon, hopefully it is on the passing yards. Even if it's not, I'm leaning more towards Justin Herbert at over 279 and a half. We just seen Herbert this year just way more consistent than Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes has been he's been struggling pretty consistent this year, turning the ball over between interceptions uh, and just fumbles. So uh, you know what you're going to get with Herbert. This year he's been phenomenal. It seems to me at almost every single game he plays in, even if it is a shootout, he goes over 280, 290, and he just has very consistent weapons with Mike Williams, Keenan Allen coming back, Austin Eckler, and even a couple of the other guys stepped up when Keenan Allen was out with Justin Guyton, I believe, and Palmer. So a lot of options here, and Herbert has just been phenomenal. I really can't not take him in this matchup. I think the Kansas City Chiefs defense has gotten a little bit better, but their secondary is very weak, and I think Herbert's just gonna just pick apart them tonight.
Oh yeah. So the Chiefs they rank bottom half of the league, even lower. They're like 26th, 27th here against the pass. Herbert, like I mean, he goes out there. I think he's gonna go for over 40 attempts tonight in the game. Like having Keenan Allen back is nice. Mike Williams obviously is always a threat. Like I said, I think both quarterbacks here can go the over. We're gonna see where this discount comes in. We might get like 10% off here. Herbert might go down to like 250 ish. I mean, that would be absolutely amazing. But here over for Herbert seems a little bit more safer than the inconsistent Patrick Mahomes we've seen so far this season. The offense has been looking really good for the Kansas City Chiefs as of late. I mean, coming off that that blowout win, but. I mean, I just like Herbert here in this spot. I mean, especially if you do think the Chiefs can get out to a big lead, or vice versa, whatever you think. You know, I think regardless, we know the Chargers are going to throw, so I like Herbert here in the spot. Over to rushing yards. I'm back on the man again. I like Herbert here in the rushing yards. He's at 13 and a half rush yards here. He ran all over my Pittsburgh Steelers early on in the season, week 11. Doesn't go for a lot of attempts. I mean, we've seen a ceiling of 9 attempts. So far this season. I can't even speak right now. But I mean, there's games where he'll give you 1 attempt. There's games he'll give you 4. There's games he'll give you 5. But I think here at the rushing yards, I think if Kansas City can get some pressure, that's where their defense has been playing really well lately. The Chargers line hasn't been looking perfect over the past couple of games. So if Kansas City can get some pressure up front, Herbert can escape the pocket. I think this is an opportunity for him to get this in just one rush.
The one thing for Herbert is people really underestimate his speed. I'm a big Oregon Ducks fan. I watched Herbert every single game when he was playing for the Ducks, and his speed is kind of phenomenal, to be honest with you. For a tall, bigger quarterback, he's got wheels on him, and like you said, he ran for 90 yards against Pitt. I believe he had right around 40 against the Broncos. Yeah, 30, 36. I mean, he's not scared to run. He's a big enough guy where he will lower a shoulder to get those couple of yards. So 13 and a half, I can see him getting there pretty easily. And to go to the other side of the field, I like Edwards Alaire. I mean, the Chargers defense has ranked bottom last against running backs. We've seen crazy performances against this Chargers defense, and Edwards is a great running back. We saw early on in the season he was playing very well, ripping off games where, well, actually no, in the early of the season he looked awful, but midway through the season, definitely coming off his injury, he's looked a lot better. I mean, 63 against Dallas, 54 against Denver, and he only had 37 against the Raiders, but that was a pretty big blowout. They really didn't need him, but with the Chargers defense just giving up so many yards on the ground, 53 and a half just seems a little too low. And even with the narrative that this is going to be super high scoring, they're going to be these two quarterbacks are going to be throwing the ball. It really starts with the running game. I mean, if you're not running the ball, they're just going to expect you to pass every time. And I think they got to get Edwards-Helaire going pretty early in this game, and I think that's what they're going to do here.
Yeah, I mean, early on in the season, we saw Edwards-Helaire have a really good game against the Chargers. Rushed for over 100 yards, got 17 carries. I think both teams have evolved since then. We haven't seen the greatest season out of Edwards-Helaire so far, but he's dealt with injuries and given the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully, he sees upwards of 15 touches in this game. That'd be amazing. I really like Edwards-Helaire in the spot. I really do. Compared to Eckler as well, Eckler's at 49, but we've got to monitor the status of him right now. He's questionable on a short week as well. Not to mention, I mean, I would like to take some Eckler props in this game. I really would, but I just don't know with the injury. I think there's a much more safer options in this game. And receiving yards, this is the spot I would go to Eckler if he is healthy. If he is, if someone comes out and says he's going to play his regular workload, I would go Eckler in this spot. But I think we like one guy, and it's none of these Chiefs guys. A little bit of a correlation with this Justin Herbert pick. I like Mike Williams. So, we've seen mostly quarterbacks come off of COVID so far and play absolutely horrible. But with the wide receivers, I mean, I don't think that he's going to come out and play really well in terms of talking Keenan Allen. Even just athletes all in other sports have not played well since they've came off of COVID. Keenan Allen can simply just be out there running routes today, kind of use him more as a decoy, which will help Mike Williams. I mean, he's not going to deal with no double teams. Super big play guy. Herbert's got the arm to chuck this thing. He can get this in one play realistically. He's got good yards after catch. Really great receiver. I mean, we saw the historic season he got off to a historic start, I should say, so far this season. Slowed down a little bit, but I really like him here in this spot.
We've seen Mike Williams explode even with and without Keenan Allen so far this year, and that was a great point you touched on with Keenan Allen coming off the COVID IR. Wide receivers coming off COVID, it's tough for them. I mean, they're going to be out there running a bunch of routes. You never know if he's going to get super fatigued or just really not be able to just keep up. But Mike Williams, even in blowouts like the last two games against the Giants and Cincinnati, he had monster games. He had 5 catches for 110 against oh my gosh, against the Bengals, and then against the Giants where he had 6 for 61. So 52 and a half seems very low. He's averaging 70.4 receiving yards so far each game. So 52 and a half just seems way too low.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like you were touching on, over 68 in the past 5 games is awesome to see. I think the line sits lower because they think Keenan Allen might take a little bit away from him, but we're going to kind of go with this narrative here that Keenan Allen, I believe both of them could have a big game, but Mike Williams looks pretty safe here. In terms of kind of the other guys here, I don't want to really get into them. Jalen Guyton, Josh Palmer, not really no interest in them. And between Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, I think Kelce looks the safest in receptions. The receptions category doesn't stand out to me really in this game. I think Kelce looks safe, but we'll hop to fantasy score. There's one guy that we like here, and he's the lowest on the list. I mean, Jared Cook here, he sits at 6 receptions. Sits at 6 fantasy score. I mean, not a guy that's going to get a lot of receptions, not a guy that's going to wow you, but if he sees the end zone here, I mean, this would be an amazing spot for him.
We've seen a couple big games out of Cook so far this year. against the Raiders early on in the season, he had 6 catches, 70 yards, and a touchdown. And even games like last game against the Giants, he had 2 catches for 8 yards and a touchdown. But the big thing here is he's seeing right around 5 to 6 targets. And with this game being such a high game total, I can definitely see Jared Allen get a bunch of targets, especially if Keenan Allen is kind of struggling out there. And even if, hopefully not, but Mike Evans is kind of struggling a little bit, Jared Cook's got to really pick up for the team here. And at 6, it's just way too low for me. Uh, I love targeting tight ends because they have the lowest fantasy score, but not only that, they seem to get over the fantasy score almost every single time just because in the red zone, Jared Cook is a target machine. That's where he sees most or all of his targets. So I could definitely see him scoring a touchdown here tonight for sure.
Exactly. That's what we're hoping for. I hope he gets the touchdown catch tonight. And so far this season, man, I mean, tight ends on these showdown slates really have been just like going berserk on these island games. So really like targeting tight ends. That's why Kelsey in receptions, I think he does look safe. Not a guy that I'm really going to be hammering in a lot of my lineups. But I think he does look safe, and that'll wrap things up for us, man. I mean, anything for passing, all these touchdown, kind of props. I mean, we talked a little bit. Nothing really wowing us. Do you think any of these like look kind of safe, Riaz?
I don't mind Edwards-Helaire just to score a touchdown, passing or receive or rushing or receiving. He kind of does it all for this team, so I don't mind that one. But like you said, the receiving touchdowns is kind of iffy. And then Patrick Mahomes sitting at 2 isn't awful, but he really hasn't got there that many times this year. So not one that I love.
For sure. And we're gonna monitor these the quarterback props or the promotionals we might get for them. Could be some amazing offers, so stay updated with that. We also offer a free Discord. You can hop in there. People are gonna be, discussing the game right until kickoff, and we got some NBA tonight as well. People are doing some CS:GO stuff over there, so it's been amazing. That's absolutely free. You can hop in there. Hope you guys have an awesome NFL showdown slate. Also NBA, like I said, is going off tonight. So let's win some cash tonight, and good luck. Peace.